Hi, I'm Trista, and I want to talk a little bit about the degree partnership program and um, being dual enrolled in a university and in the community college at the same time. We do this with 3 different universities. So the degree partnership program, we do that with Oregon State University, which I will talk the most about just because it is our closest partner. Oregon Institute of Technology, and Western Oregon University. So your admissions choices. So you can come straight to LBCC and transfer on to those 4 years. Any school you want, we're fully accredited. Or you can do the dual enrollment path. And I'll talk about ways to do this in just a little bit. So you can be enrolled at Lynn Benton Community College, or LBCC, and Oregon State University at the same time. Mix and match classes as much as you want. Or LBCC and Oregon Institute of Technology, Oregon Tech. Or LBCC and Western Oregon University. At the end of every term, we automatically send over your transcripts to your university so that your advisor at the university already has those. And you're building that academic record, and they can advise you on what you need to do. So LBCC's admissions requirements are really straightforward. You have to be 18 or have a high school diploma or GED. We don't require an SAT. We don't require ACT scores. We don't have a minimum GPA. So this is another option for getting into the university of your choice if you blew your sophomore year, for example, and you don't meet their minimum GPA requirements. So getting started, if you come straight to LBCC, you're going to apply at LBCC online. You're going to take the placement tests, and we're also working on self-advising into your initial math and writing classes. You're going to do a student appointment where you're actually going to meet with an enrollment expert who's going to help you get registered for your first term of classes. Talk with you about how many credits you want to take, what you want to do after you're done with LBCC, what you're going to study, and then move on from there to your registration and what classes you need for your first term. After your first term, you're going to be working with your regular advisor. And it's really highly recommended that you apply for the FAFSA. So really, it's the best of both worlds. If you choose to dual enroll from the get-go, it's one application, one fee. So you apply to one of those 3 universities. On their application, there's actually a portion that says, I want to dual enroll. I'm going to use OSU for an example, and they have a drop-down window, and you choose one of the 16 community colleges that they partner with. And there's also like 4 in Hawaii. So if you're in Hawaii, you can dual enroll. So you would choose Lynn Benton off of that list. They automatically send us your information. Once you get accepted, you're also going to be accepted into Lynn Benton Community College. So it's right there. It's a significant savings. We are about half the cost of your regular 4-year university for those same classes. So your initial college composition, your college algebra, you're going to be paying about half of what it is at the university for those classes. And very often, because of where we're located, you're going to have the same faculty here and at OSU. But you can mix and match those classes. So you could take your morning classes at OSU because it's closer to your dorm room and you don't want to get dressed, and then your afternoon classes at LB, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or all of your major area classes at your university and your electives and general eds at the community college. There's lots of ways people do it. We have students at Western Oregon University that take classes at LBCC Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and take Tuesday, Thursday classes at Western and live on campus. Oregon Tech, they have a great online program. They also have a campus in Wilsonville, which is about 45 minutes away, so it's a little bit further. You know, you can access student services at both schools. So you can take all of your classes at LBCC, pay your student fees, and use the Dixon Rec Center, the health center, go to football games at OSU. So it's really nice. Use their library that's open 24 hours a day during finals week. Ours closes at 9. So like I was saying, one application, one fee. And again, I'm going to talk about OSU. But to get in to OSU as a college freshman, straight out of high school, you will need to have a GPA of a 3.0. You're going to have your SAT or ACT scores. And then you have to have all of the coursework that's listed below. I can tell you one of the things that people miss the most and need to do the dual enrollment and start at LBCC with is because they forget to take that foreign language, especially if you're a second language speaker. That's one of the things people forget. So if you decide to start at LBCC and then want to go to one of your schools and do the dual enrollment, in as little as 6 months, you could be there. So you need to have 24 transferable credits, so that's 100 level or above, with a 2.25 GPA at LBCC. You also need to complete math 111 or 105, depending on your major and which one's required. Your writing 121, so that's your basic college composition. So that is, and then you can be simultaneously enrolled at OSU and LBCC. So you can pay the LBCC cost for LBCC classes. So any classes you take here, you pay our tuition fee. Any classes you take at OSU, OIT, Western Oregon University, you're going to pay their tuition fee. And you can combine credits at both schools towards your full-time status. So if you have a scholarship that just says you need to be going full-time, you could take 6 credits at LBCC, 6 credits at OSU, and combine those to make a full-time application or a full-time enrollment for your financial aid status. So classes at both colleges, so there's more flexible class scheduling. So the class at OSU is full. You can then look at 3 other campuses with LBCC to find an opening in that class that you need. Again, you can combine credits for your full-time eligibility. So to get your full financial aid award, you need to be taking at least 12 credits. Sometimes it's also an easier transition, especially if you're coming from a small community or you're coming from out of state, to start at the community colleges. We don't have the lecture halls. Our average class size is about 19 students. And like I said, we automatically share transcripts. At the end of each term, we send those back over to OSU. And then you can give us access to look at any prereqs that you've taken at OSU or Western or Oregon Tech. You have an advisor at both schools, so there's always someone for you to talk to. You can access university housing, university clubs, any of those fee-based services as well. We even have athletes that compete at OSU but take classes here. You can utilize our Learning Center at LBCC. So we have drop-in assistance in math, science, and writing. We also give you free tutoring in any subject that you need. And we also give you a free bus pass. And our parking is free. You have to pay for parking at OSU. So I say if you find a spot to park in Corvallis, leave it there until Thanksgiving. So with financial aid, you're going to choose a homeschool. And I always say if you're living in the dorm somewhere, that really should be your homeschool because they're going to take their cut off the top first. Anything that you get refunded, you can then use to pay the other school. If LBCC is your homeschool, we're going to take our cut. We're going to give you the refund. Then you use that money to pay for your credits, living expenses, whatever at the other school. this is research that was done by Oregon State University, that students who begin in a public two-year institution and co-enrolled had higher rates of bachelor degree attainment and persistence over 4 years. So on average, their research shows that students graduate a term earlier than their counterparts that go straight into a 4-year institution with up to $40,000 less debt. So you get out a term earlier from your university studies with an extra year of salary, essentially, by doing the dual enrollment. So how do I pay for classes? Again, each institution is going to charge you separately, but we combine them for your total financial aid award. So that money is going to go to one school. That school is going to take their cut and then refund you the rest. What if I don't have a 3.0 GPA coming out of high school? I talked about that. You can start at LBCC, get a 2.25, complete 24 transferable credits, and that's easily done in 2 terms. And then apply to the degree partnership and your university of choice at that point. If I'm taking all my classes at LBCC, can I use OSU student services? Yes, if you pay your student fees, which are less if you actually take a credit there and more if you're just paying your student fees. And how do I order transcripts? You're just going to talk to the school that you took the classes at and order transcripts from there. But if it's between LBCC and OSU, we send transcripts over at the end of each term automatically. So this is just some information you're going to want to take down about each of these and how to dual enroll with each of the schools. This can all be found at the Lynn Benton webpage. So the lynnbenton.edu/degree-partnership. Feel free to contact us for a campus tour. Thanks for joining.